Friends of NRA is your chance to support our Second Amendment rights and preserve America's hunting traditions. Join Friends of NRA at one of our 600 exciting events nationwide. From games to auctions and exclusive firearms, Friends of NRA events are your chance to support a cause you care about while having a great time with patriots in your community. Whether you're a seasoned shooter, an avid hunter or outdoorsman, or passionate about freedom, there's a place for you within Friends of NRA. Visit friendsofnra.org to find an event near you. Stand up for freedom with the Friends of NRA.
Hunting is not easy. It never has been. It takes dedication, motivation, a lot of patience, and quality gear. If you manage a food plot, put up stands, or need just one more game camera, we can help at midwayusa.com. We opened our doors in 1977 and continue to put customers first by offering super fast, same-day shipping. For just about everything for the outdoors, go to midwayusa.com.
Just be sitting up there jacked with Pepsi.
I'm there for the pack out. You just got to pack me in.
Committed to the bow early on. Like, I love getting close and putting up.
You cover a range of stuff on here too, right? Like,
we call this the THP World Headquarters.
You know, my grandpa Roy Weatherby.
I came into like that golden little pocket where there was like 4 or 5 different bowls. Just
You're Canadian? We're doing a Canadian podcast.
My name's Douglas Bode.
I'm Robbie Denning.
Roy Candy.
Pretty crazy. Shit's getting western down where you are, eh?
I know. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It's pretty crazy.
Fuck. Yeah. I just was seeing, I was going to go do a workout yesterday and then I kind of just clicked on Instagram and then I don't know if you know Greg Poole, but he's a buddy of mine. He's been on the show quite a few times and he just was going on a rant.
Was he? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So pretty funny.
I think, I don't know. It's like hard for me to like know what to think because like I don't know. I was just listening to Joe Rogan not Joe Rogan, Sean Ryan and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talk about how the CIA killed his uncle. So it's like I don't know, dude. It's tough.
Yeah. Who knows, eh? But
I don't think I don't know. I don't know. I'm not obviously like a political expert, but like there's some of this stuff like. I know you're up in Canada, but do you remember hearing about like, or even if it got up there, I don't know what you guys get for news, but that Uvalde shooting down in Texas?
No.
So this kid went into a school and like, I mean, he shot a lot of kids. Like it was really, really sad. And it's a really small town. And I was working down there quite a bit. And it was like, there's like so much like with the story that like didn't all like link up or whatever. But like the thing that got me was like, where this kid was like, I mean, he was like a poor kid, lived with his grandma, and he had an AR-15 with like $10,000 worth of ammunition. And you're like, how? How
the fuck did you get that?
Exactly. That's where I think like, I don't know. I'm pretty, like I get pretty deep down some conspiracy rabbit holes, but like a lot of the stuff I just think doesn't add up.
Yeah. No shit. Like shit like that doesn't add up. I mean,
yeah.
But Texas is pretty liberal. Like they're pretty open to guns, aren't they down there? Can you like how does it work there? Like in Canada, Trudeau, like we're not even allowed to even talk about guns up here.
Yeah, you guys have a rough. Yeah, give him all that his grizzly bear, but heaven forbid you walk out with a pistol, dude.
Yeah, they take away grizzly bear hunting and our guns at the same time. There you go.
Yeah,
deal with that, fuckers.
That's nice. I saw too in Washington that they're going to start reintroducing grizzlies into Washington State, which is freaking. That's a great place for it. Where there's people out in the woods without, like, no one's carrying, no one's seeing grizzly bears or had interactions. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, funny stuff goes into like it's so crazy. Like all this stuff, like we hear quite a bit, just like through like all the actions that Hal for Wildlife does and stuff like that. Like I try to keep up to that, but like in terms of this other stuff, yeah, we don't get a lot, and I don't really watch a lot of TV, so I just kind of get glimpses of it. But yeah, I know the big man there. He's pretty fired up. Big Greg Poole. He was going on a few rants. I was messaging with him back and forth and stuff. What was going on? And I was kind of after a while. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put this phone down and go do something else because I'm pissing him off, obviously. So next time he gets on the show, I'll have to ask him if he's voting for Biden. But
yeah, Yeah, I'm
Luckily,
sure.
I'm far enough away he can't get to me. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's always more to it than what's on the surface. Like it's whatever narrative they give us is not what's actually happening, it's just what they want us to hear.
yeah, because like on the first, like it showed like CNN headlines, it's like Trump slipped and fell.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
it's
saw
like,
that. Yeah. Like, dude,
what?
he got freaking shot in the head. Like,
Yeah, you can hear the gunshots for fuck's sakes. We're not that daft. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. That's crazy shit. So, but I mean, like your guys' everything down there just seems like it's just haywire right now. I mean, like
Hmm.
we got a lot of shit going on up here, but we just have an idiot for a prime minister. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just it. Like we don't have crazy shit like what you guys are dealing with. I mean, we just got a doofus. Like I don't know, but he should be gone by the next election. So
How long has he been like
10 years.
how does Canada's politics work? Like, could he run again?
Oh yeah, he's gonna run again. You could be prime minister as long as you want, but usually
Oh,
after
really?
like Harper was a good prime minister, but just after a decade, it was like, okay, enough's enough. Like how
Mhm.
long you can only look at one guy's mug for so long and listen to his
Yeah.
right. So then after it should be more like they should limit it out. So 8 years seems pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trudeau's he's a piece of work, man.
When I was in Canada in March, we were driving from Banff to Calgary,
Yeah,
and there was like this huge protest. That was like it must have been like a mile long. Like people were protesting like the gas tax or whatever.
yeah, carbon tax. Yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, Trudeau is introducing this carbon tax is because he spent so much money. Now he needs to he's got to come up with this money somehow. So
Yeah.
he's introduced this crazy carbon tax, but some provinces like Alberta and Saskatchewan, they're like, "Fuck you, we're not giving you any of it."
Oh, really?
Kiss our ass. So now it's in court right now. The federal government's suing the provincial governments of Alberta, well, Saskatchewan for sure, and then I'm pretty sure it's Alberta too. But and they're just like, "Fuck you, we're not giving you shit." Yeah,
Oh.
whatever. So, but like it's kind of a bullshit because he gave like some provinces they don't have to pay it, but just certain other provinces do.
Oh, really? So it's not like
So
a
it's
uniform.
no, it's kind of like, well, why if they're not paying it over there, why do we have to pay it here? Like,
Hmm,
Canada's kind of funny that way. There's kind of like different rules for everybody,
that's
depending on
weird.
where you live and your background and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not like it's just like one set of law for everybody. It's kind of like
Yeah.
mixed.
Huh. That's super
Yeah,
weird. I think
yeah,
Canada's kind of funny. Like, I went to college and like a couple of my buddies are from Canada, and like you get talking to them, and then all of a sudden you'd like say something like politically or something, and then they'd be like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "Dude, what?" Like you're just like a normal, like I don't know, like when I meet Canadians, it's like, "Hey, you're just a normal dude," but then it's like there's like a tiny bit of a disconnect there.
yeah, yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I know a lot of Americans now through the show, and like I'm kind of like, I mean, obviously, like if I'm I share a lot of views with the conservatives, right? And right now in British Columbia, we have an NDP government and a liberal. We've got a provincial government which is NDP, which is horrible. They're the ones who took away the grizzly bear hunt, and they're pretty much
Okay.
dead set against hunting. And like then you have our federal government, Trudeau, who's against like firearms and stuff, taking away all the guns and stuff. So it's kind of like the double-edged sword right now. We got an idiot and an idiot in power. So
Yeah.
what do you do? I don't know. So hopefully
I
things change around, but
I think the thing is like, I don't know, I've pretty much stopped caring about politics because like anyone that does is just like really unhappy. And like, I don't know, it's like either way, right? Like it's like the
yeah, man.
like
Yeah,
whoever like whatever side you're on, if that's like what you focus on, like you're just walking around pissed off about everything. And I'm like, dude, I have like enough other stuff to think about, or like,
yeah.
yeah, like I vote and like I want to participate like a little bit, but nothing crazy.
No, I'm not gonna get too carried away with it. Like some of you guys down there go fucking ape shit. So like I put this
I
quote out
know.
yesterday of me or this Instagram post of me shooting a bow, and the headline was, "Well, I'm not missing my target," like a joke. Some
Uh-huh.
fucking idiot DM me and he's like, "Oh, I guess you vote for Biden." I'm like, "I'm from Canada, you fucking numbskull." And he's like, you know what his reply was? "What difference does that make?" I'm like, "Are you fucking retarded? Like, we
That's
we
funny.
don't
I
vote.
was
We don't vote on American. Like, we don't have anything. Like, get a grip, you dipshit. I'm in a different country."
so dumb, dude. I posted a reel and I was like, Donald Trump just got shot, and those weren't the only shots taken. I shot my shot with your mom, and some guy was like, "I'm unfollowing you. This is classless," and I was like, "Dude, what do you expect from me? All my Instagram is me saying dumb shit."
And it's yeah, but it's it's a fucking joke. Like, God,
Yeah,
some people on there, you read some of the comments, and man, it's like, what? Like that guy, like, where the fuck's your head at? Like, what?
I know. I remember we were at this like family event a little while ago for like my wife's grandpa turned like 80 or something like that, and his daughter is like the most politically involved, like the most hardcore conservative person that I have like ever met in my life. She's probably like 50 or something. I don't know how old she is. I met her like one time. It's like my wife's aunt. But she lives in Seattle, which is like crazy that you're this conservative and you live in Seattle. But then she was like yelling at all of us for not being like conservative enough. And like it turned into this argument. We were like, dude, no one disagrees with like what you're saying. You need to chill. It was crazy. It's so dumb.
I find it so funny when people get like they're so passionate about it, and like, but like they just get so fucking like they're so intense, and then it's like you start like laughing because how intense they are, and then it just like pisses them off even more.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah,
Yep.
man. So cool. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your back, like a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Like I started following you on Instagram. Like your fucking posts, they crack me up. That one you did with Dano. I watched that like 15 times. I was like, fuck, I was laughing. I sent it to Pete and Derek as well. And fuck, man, we were just pissing ourselves laughing. Like, did you come up with all that shit? You just like approached Dano and like, hey man, I got an idea for a reel here. Let's hit it.
No, so Dan, his camera guy and like editor, Jeff Dodds, we
Yeah.
connected because he posted it was just really random. So like he posted that he was like selling some stuff
Oh
on
yeah.
Instagram. He was selling like the Onyx C release. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll buy that from you. And so like I bought it. And I like side note, I freaking hate that release. Like first time I shot it. Have you shot an Onyx C?
No, man. I've shot Carter
Yeah.
Insatiable for like since they started making it.
Okay, so I shoot
Like
a
my
wise.
release I've had for like a decade. I've never changed it.
Okay, yeah, so I shoot a wise choice, and like the way I shoot is like I come back, I'll wrap my thumb, and then just like I can feel the pressure start, and then it'll
Yep.
break. So I went like I put this Onyx C on, I like went to go shoot it, and I like did the same thing, and I'm like freaking pulling and pulling and pulling, and it like wouldn't even click, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on with this thing? And like not even thinking, I let down and freaking sent an arrow straight through my fence. So yeah, I don't even know where the release is anymore. But anyway, I was messaging Jeff, and then I ended up like going to Spokane like for a work trip, and then Jeff was
Yeah.
like, "Hey dude, do you want to like come over and work out with us and do a podcast?" And I was like, "Oh shoot, dude, that's crazy."
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so it was just like kind of out of the blue. Yeah, and then that was just kind of like something we came up with on the spot.
Yeah, it was funny as shit. It was really funny. It was good. It
Thanks.
cracked me up. So
Yeah,
how long you been into hunting?
So I like grew up hunting.
Oh, nice.
Like how I do now. Like uh I don't know, we always kind of did like just like the typical like redneck shit, right? Like we'd drive out to a field, we'd shoot the deer that was in the field, and then like just drive up to the deer and throw it in the truck and drive home. So it was never like somewhere like we like really did much like hiking around or like looking for anything. But then when I was in Texas, I was living down there. And I started watching elk-shaped stuff on YouTube, and I was like, dude, this actually looks pretty sick. Like this whole like backcountry hunting thing looks way better than just like driving up to an elk and like shooting one that's eating alfalfa in the middle of the field. So I bought a bow, and it was funny. I like hopped on the internet, and I just Googled state with the most elk, and I just like went to Colorado that first year. Just did like an over-the-counter thing. In 20. When I do that, 22. It was my first time archery hunting. I like spent 2 weeks in Colorado. I didn't even see an elk on public land. But yeah, it was just super fun. It got me super hooked on it. So then that also kind of like kickstarted me like trying to figure out like my health and fitness stuff because I was like 300 pounds
Oh,
on
really?
that trip. Yeah, yeah. So it was like It was crazy because, like, I mean, Colorado. Have you hunted? I mean, have you hunted Colorado?
No, I'm not allowed down there. I
Oh,
was
okay.
bad apple when I was younger.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I got some border passport issues I have to fix before I get invited to go down on hunts there all the time, but I'm just like, well, I don't know if I can get across the border. You have to sneak me across, but that's not highly recommended. So
Hey, if you fly down south, you can sneak up pretty easy.
yeah, just fly down into Mexico and go up through. Yeah, it might not be a bad place. Just got my bow and everything, just carrying a bow.
Hey, I don't think they care, dude. They take one look at you and they go, "Hey, buddy, you're good, dude." But yeah, so like I was like 300 pounds on that hunt. I mean, it was just tough. Like we camped at 9,000 feet, and so it was like every step you're like working for at 10,000 feet. So that kind of like kind of clicked for me, and I was like, dang, this like being fat freaking sucks, and I need to start doing something about this. So that was kind of like I came home from that and was like, hey, I really need to like figure this thing out.
I've never hunted down there. Like British Columbia is pretty gnarly. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of places you can hunt. Like I hunt where I hunt now. It's a lot more. It's like the terrain's a lot easier than it used to be where I grew up. Like I grew up in the northern part of the province along the coast. So like I hunted sheep and goats and moose and all that stuff when I was younger. And I've done it a fair bit in the last decade, but not as much. Now I just mostly just chase elk and mule deer. So it's bears in the spring. I got kids now that are into hunting, so spend a lot of time taking them out. But yeah, I kind of envision like in British Columbia, we don't have a lot of elk. So like when you talk about like elk that Colorado has, it's probably got 4 times as much elk as British Columbia. And I mean, British Columbia is 4 times the size of Colorado, right? Like, so it's very, there's not a lot of elk, but I mean, elk are elk. It's the hunting is the elk is what, it separates it from everything else. Them and you get into those big mule deer, those high mountain mule deers. I don't know, have you ever chased mule deer around?
So I've killed a bunch of mule deer, but like just down in fields. Like I've never actually like done like a backcountry like high country mule deer thing.
Yeah, those are like it's yeah, the same thing, right? Like you get into there and they're so cagey that you get into with those older bucks and like man, I spent a lot of time. There was a span there of like 3 years where I just hunted mule deer. Like just trying to get a big buck. I sacrificed all my other tags just to get a big mule deer buck, and that's kind of what you have to do to get those big muleys. But then I kind of just fell into this elk groove that I'm in now, and I just love chasing elk right now. So that eats up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got into like just hunting with a bow because up here in British Columbia, there's really no benefit. Like archery season is 9 days, and then the rest is rifle. So like you could literally hunt like whitetail deer. You could hunt from almost the beginning of September till December.
Okay.
So like there's a very long rifle season. So a lot of people just don't hunt with a bow. And also like there's a lot of places where it's very thick, a lot of hills, it's such a hard place, British Columbia, in certain areas that hunting with a bow, not that it can't be done. It's just a lot harder. So
That's what I noticed. Like when I was driving up through BC this past spring, it looks super, super thick.
Yeah, right. So and like you imagine trying to walk through that stuff and you're bow hunting through it, right? You got a lot of, you don't have a lot of lanes to shoot. So but I did the same thing, when I was younger, my dad and my uncles and that, they were kind of truck hunters. They'd hunt like the old logging blocks and stuff, drive around and just look for moose, right? That's basically what we lived on was moose. So, but yeah, man, there's nothing like it. It's a lot of fun. Like my family now, we just live off wild game. We don't even eat store bought. I mean, my wife, she likes chicken.
Yeah.
So if she gets into that factory chicken, I call it, she gets pretty pissed off at me. But my kids, they love the wild game. So hopefully we just keep putting in the freezer. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What about
That's
yourself? You got kids?
No, nope. We've
married though, right?
Yeah, we've been married 4 years or 3.5 years. So we're I don't know, we'll probably have kids like here in like a year and a half or so.
Oh yeah, no rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I like that's like what I like about archery hunting too, is that like I don't know, I feel like you can like get a tag every year with a rifle and you can be successful. You could just drive out to a field and freaking shoot something and it's pretty easy. But I think archery like helps you stay disciplined because like I'll notice like right now I have like a lot going on, so I'm not shooting my bow as much as I want to be, and I get bad really, really quick. But I feel like archery hunting and especially elk hunting, like to get to where the elk are, you need to be in pretty good shape if you're going to do it with a bow. And then you also need to be like archery is just a discipline, just like fitness. Like it takes time, it takes like daily, weekly, like you need to be putting the reps in.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is cool about it is that discipline carries across other things as well. Like Dan talks about that all the time. And I think it's really true.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, exactly like you said, it's all about reps, right? It's repetition, just consistency. It's consistency is everything. Fitness, archery. I know for myself, if I'm not shooting all the time, yeah, I mean it's perishable. You get sloppy quick, right?
Yeah,
I mean
it's crazy how fast it goes.
yeah, for sure. It's spending a lot of time. I kind of had an eye injury in the early year. I had to get eye surgery and I'm not being able to shoot for about, man, like 5 weeks. And I noticed after that, like even just drawing my bow back, and I shoot 80 pounds.
Mhm.
So you just like those muscles, they just fade away so quick. It's like, man, like you go out and shoot 20 arrows, and you're like, holy fuck, I'm gassed, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't take long at all. Yeah, it's important to stay in shape, important to shoot your bow all the time. But yeah, you're right. You getting into those to get into the areas where the elk are, you got to be in shape. And I couldn't even imagine like if you're 300 pounds trying to go through the bush, it's good on you for going out there. But yeah, you must have been pretty hurting by the end of the trip.
Oh yeah, and it's like everything is so much more difficult. Like crossing deadfall is like, dude, I would rather like freaking off myself than I don't know if
Yeah.
you put this on YouTube or not. I won't say but like I would like there's like I don't know, it makes everything just so much harder. But then also you start weighing in, you're like, okay, well if I kill something here, like now you're limited off of where you can hunt just based off of your fitness. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, so if I do shoot something, there's no way I can get it out. There's
Mhm.
no way I can get down and then come back for another trip. And so I feel like you have like all these limitations that are self-inflicted.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
that's like the big thing too, is like, I don't know, it kind of clicked for me where I was like, okay, I can keep going down the path I'm on right now, and then this is just going to be like what my life is like, or I can fix this now, and then once I do start having kids and I am down that road, then I can do anything I want with my kids. And
Mhm.
it's not that I'm like ever limited. I remember one thing that kind of, I don't know, you have like those little small things that happen to you where they just kind of like burn in your mind. I remember when I was a kid, I went on this backpacking trip, and I came back and I was just like super pumped about it. And I was like, Dad, this would be sweet, we should go do this. And he was like, no, I just like, there's no way I could. Like physically, I couldn't make it on a backpacking trip. And for me, like then it kind of sucks. I was like, oh man, that's a bummer that I can't go do this thing with my dad. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, that really sucked. Because
Yeah.
like as a dad though too, I'm like, well, why would you not want to be able to share this with your son? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for me, I'm like, okay, well, I'll never have that experience.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
that all kind of clicked for me like through hunting. And that's where the thing, like I work out every day, I do all this stuff, but hunting was kind of like the catalyst that was like, okay, like, hey, let's wake up. You like doing this thing, but it's gonna unlock a lot more doors if you can figure out everything else.
Yeah, man, for sure. That's an awesome way. That's an awesome way to look at it. And you're right. It's those little defining moments in our lives that, when we come across them, we take full advantage of them. We don't just let them slip away, and that can change the trajectory of our life forever. It's those little things. And yeah, that's super cool that you got into. So your dad, was he heavy as well? Is that what limited him, or just injury, or?
Yeah, no, he's fat. Like he got into the army,
Oh,
and
okay.
he kind of like hasn't worked out or touched the gym
Yeah.
since. And that's
Yeah,
that's the thing too. Like I've always been freaking fat. Like my whole life. Like I was like 300. Well, I got up to probably like 280 like my senior year of high school. And then that's just kind of like where I sit. Like I've always like it's not like where I gained all this weight. It's like
yeah.
I've been pretty big my whole life. Um and yeah, it's just like growing up, like nutrition wasn't anything we ever talked about. Working out wasn't like you like lifted like because at like school like I played football and stuff, so you'd like lift for that, but there was nothing like beyond that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's important to have that, active in your life. Because how old are you now?
26.
26. Yeah. So you're pretty young. So I mean, to have
Yeah.
that now rather than later, And
Yep.
it's funny, like my dad, he was the opposite. He was really active when he was young. He used to be a long distance runner, and then all of a sudden he just stopped. And now, so like my oldest son, he's pretty competitive in archery, right? And he's doing really good, and he's 12 years old competing against 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? And he's doing really good. He's winning these tournaments, and he's coming along, and like, man, he can barely make 20 target course. And it's like, man, like, what happened to you? I remember he used to go run 80 miles, right? He'd run from fucking, he'd run for forever all day, and it's crazy, but he did the opposite, right? He kind of just somewhere in his life, he just lost momentum, lost steam. He just looked like an excuse came up, and he took it rather than just being like, no, yeah, my knees hurt, but I'm going to solve that problem. I'm going to go see physio, or I'm going to do something else so I can keep doing this and do it when I'm older.
Yeah.
And now I know he wishes now he looks back on his life or that course in his life. He's like, man, I should never have stopped, right? I should have stayed active my whole life, because once you lose it, it's hard to get back too. You know what I mean? Like I've had lots of injuries and stuff, and I keep training even throughout like knee surgery and like whatever I got going on, I'll still train.
Yeah.
Because it's that mindset of like, if you just sit around do nothing, you might not get out of shape, but it's like, it's mentally, it's so, it's hard to get back into it. And when you get to a certain point, I don't know if you're at this stage now, but like not training is mentally tough. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
knowing like, fuck man, like I gotta train. I gotta do something today, right? Every little day, everything you do sets you more towards the goal you're trying to accomplish. If it's chasing elk in the bush, it's chasing elk in the bush, right? Or whatever it is, your whatever goal you're chasing. But that's pretty good because like, what do you weigh now?
So right now I'm like 230.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I was gonna say like if you went from 280 to 230, that's pretty good. How tall are you?
5'11".
Oh yeah, so we're about the same height.
Like 5'10" and like 3/4, but I'm gonna tell everybody 5'11".
Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're grinding every day and it's consistently. So I mean, it's working. So how long you been at it now?
Well, so like I started like really like the thing that like really got me to like, okay, like let's make a big push was
Yeah.
not this last December, but December before that. Like, Elk Shape does the Chub Challenge.
Sort of familiar with it. Like I try to keep Dan's been on this show before, and I try to keep up to his stuff and all my guest stuff, but yeah, it's pretty tough. But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So he does this challenge every December where it's basically like, hey, December sucks. Like here's just like this fun
Oh
challenge.
yeah, I have seen that, yeah, on his Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And then so I did that and like that kind of was like, okay, like let's get the ball rolling. Cause I remember we went to Hawaii in November for Thanksgiving and I'm like looking at like pictures of myself on the beach and I'm like, holy crap, dude, you freaking like you look like a freaking beached whale. And so I did that like December Chub Challenge and that really like got the ball rolling. And then yeah, I just kind of attacked it. All of like 23, I was pretty consistent with it. And then I actually gained a little bit of weight back going into I did this ultra marathon in March
Oh
and
wow. Fucking
gearing
right
up
you
for
did.
that, I gained a little bit of weight going into it. I gained like probably 10, 15 pounds. So I ran my first ultra at like 260, which kind of sucked. But then from March to now, I'm down just under 230.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. How was that ultra? Like I've never ran an ultra, so it's
It sucked.
yeah,
It
I
was
bet.
like it's funny because like so I didn't have service the entire time. Like it was in Moab, Utah,
Yeah.
and I thought I don't know this is really dumb, but I did not run on a trail to prepare for that. I just ran I did two 20-mile runs just like on flat ground to get ready for
Oh,
it. And then I was running like leading up to it. I was doing a bunch of running. I was running probably like 30 to 40 miles a week, but I went into that and my wife was there. She dropped me off at the starting line and I told her, I was like, look, I betting this is going to take me like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. And so she came back at like 1 p.m. and I didn't finish until like 4. So she was just like freaking out. And then as soon as I got back into cell service, it was like, are you okay? What's wrong? Are
yeah,
you okay?
yeah,
What's wrong? But it was brutal. I learned a lot.
yeah.
I started out and I ran it with one of my buddies who's ran quite a few of them, which I was really lucky because if it weren't for him, there's no way I could have finished it. I got to like the halfway point, basically ran out of salt. And
Oh yeah.
from like mile 16 until mile 24, it was just a straight uphill climb. And it was like like super brutal. My legs were cramping up, and then my buddy was like, he would like circle back. He'd be like, dude, what's wrong? I was like, dude, I'm cramping. Like, I don't know. Like, this is just super brutal. But it was an out and back, so it's not like you could have DNF'd. Like, if you're gonna DNF, I don't know what you do. Like, you'd still have to freaking walk back.
You
But
still have to get out.
yeah,
Might as well keep
and
going.
it's not like I had cell phone service. I couldn't call my
Yeah.
wife. Like, I was gonna finish, but he just like pulled out this baggie. He had like just a baggie of table salt. He was like, dude, start pinching this and then taking ibuprofens.
Yeah.
So if it weren't for the ibuprofen, the table salt, I probably wouldn't have finished.
Yeah, fuck. I was training for a 120 or a 100 last year, and I blew my hip out. So yeah, just old, man. 45 now, and just a lifelong grind. Usually it's mostly the like my job is pretty much the hardest on my body, but I still train like I don't have that job. I still train like I sit in an office all day, but
Yeah.
the job I do is very physical. So
What do you do?
I'm a bricklayer, so
Oh wow, yeah.
yeah, so I just move brick and block and concrete all day. So
Wow.
so that kind of, you know, it has a toll on it, your knees, your hips, your back, your elbows, shoulders, wrists, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
totally.
Yeah, so but I'm just gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
man.
I bet that's pretty brutal. Are your hands pretty beat up?
Yeah, yeah. I've got tendonitis in my right hand from the trowel and in my left or my right elbow, and then my left elbow and shoulder. They're pretty messed up, but I mean, it's not too bad. I sleep a lot more than I used to. Like I used to only sleep like 5, 6 hours a night. Then I upped it to about 7 or 8. And I've actually, as much as I hate to admit it, the actual extra hour of sleep definitely helps with just recovery and stuff, which drives me fucking nuts because I hate sleeping. And to me, it's always like, well, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like I get so much done. But yeah, and all those people, like I had friends that were telling me, and all, you know, even guests and stuff we had on the show, and they're like, "Oh, you know, you got to sleep, and it's all about recovery." And like you're, and I was just like, "Fuck that," you know, 20-year-old mentality, kind of just. But yeah, they were right. I was
It was
wrong.
funny. I
So
was talking to this coach I'm about to start working with, and he was going through just like everything. Like he was asking me like about like all my metrics and everything, and then he goes, "Okay, let's go into sleep. Like, what time do you go to bed?" And I was like, "I don't know, like between 10:30 and midnight, just depending on the night." And he was like, "Okay, what time do you wake up?" And I was like, "Oh, about like 6:30." And he was like, "Dude, what?" Like, he was like, "Okay, first thing we're gonna do is you're just gonna start sleeping." And I was like, "Oh, well, like I don't really have time." Like, I don't know, but yeah,
yeah,
it's funny. Like you're like, man, like this part sucks, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I think there's seasons for it too, because it's like
yeah,
there's just times where yeah, I would love to sleep for 10 hours a day, but I just can't.
yeah. I know. Like even today, like I tried to, I wake up and like the alarms go, or not the alarm, but look at the clock and it's like 4:45, and I'm like, okay, well, it's Sunday. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to go back to sleep, right?
Yeah,
Looking at the clock, 5:15, 5:30, you know, 6 o'clock, 6:15, 6:30. Like, fuck it, I'm up. And like,
yeah,
well, does that really count? I was resting. I mean, can I count that as my sleep? But I don't know.
yeah,
But anyway, but I mean, yeah, it's only so much. And I think you're right too, because like in the wintertime, it's a lot easier to sleep. Like up here in Canada, it's dark at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and it doesn't get light again until, 8 o'clock. So
yeah.
it's easier to sleep. But
That was
now,
one thing I liked about Texas. So we just moved to Idaho from Texas, and down there it was like the sun, like I don't know, the sun hours were way shorter, so I could actually get sleep. But here the sun comes up at like 5:30, my room starts getting light.
yeah, in the summertime, right? Because
Hmm.
yeah,
I
the
imagine it's
further,
for you guys, it's got to be.
yeah, the further north you get, the longer the days are. So like if you go up, like we've been up sheep hunting in like early August in northern BC, and it doesn't even get dark,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like I mean, it gets dark, but it's like you could still see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's still that you can see still. You don't need a fire to see. You don't have to pull out your headlamp to see what's going on. But yeah, you don't want to hunt in it for sure. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But
Yeah, we were in
yeah, man.
Alaska last year,
Oh
and
no way.
it was like that too. It was like, or was it last year or the year before? I don't remember. But yeah, I remember like waking up, or like it was just weird. It threw off like my whole day
Yeah.
because it'd be like it's like 1 a.m. and you're like, oh, should we go to bed? I'm not tired because it's like I can see, but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's the opposite, right? You get into the wintertime and it's like January, it's dark for a long fucking time.
Oh, I bet.
Well, I think the sun comes up for 15 minutes, so you got to get everything you need to get done outside real quickly.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
would be brutal. That's like the thing where I'm like, dude, I don't know how like people live up there full time. That's intense.
Dude, it'd be tough. Like even like living up where I lived up there for 25 years, and I live down here now, and it's sunny all the time. It barely rains. The winters they're fairly mild. Like I lived up in northern BC on the coast, and it rained. It rained for months straight, and it was cold, wet, gnarly. And I used to commercial fish. I was a crab fisherman too, right? So
Wow.
like we'd be fishing in January and February, and fuck, man, like busting ice off the boat and like doing all that shit. And I was just like, man, how did I do that? Like that's fucking
Yeah.
like, and I hate the cold, right? Like when it comes to cold, I'm such a pussy. Like, do you do any like cold plunges or anything like that?
Oh, dude, no. That's not my
Okay.
face at all. Like
No.
it was funny. So today I got home and I was like, so I ran this morning, I ran 16 miles, and I was
Oh
like,
wow, nice.
I got home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Maverick. That's like our gas station.
Yeah.
In Idaho, it's like part of the culture. Like Maverick is just like what you do. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in my truck, go to Maverick. I'm gonna buy a bunch of ice, and I'm gonna like put it in the tub. I don't have like a ice bath, and I was like, I'm gonna like soak for a while because like I really need to. And then I was like, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
I was getting into it like working like getting it like it get a little better. It definitely gets easier, right? And it's totally mental, but like this one day there was like probably like I don't know an inch of ice on the tub, and I was smashing it off. And I'm like, hey, fuck it, I'm gonna man up and do it. I get into my knees, and then I was like, nope, nope, fuck, no, no, I'm not doing that. Today is a no. It's too fucking cold today. But
I probably should start ice bathing because I like, dude, there's sometimes like my wife and I we love paddle boarding. It's like it's one of our favorite things. The place we go paddle boarding, the water temperature's got to be like, I don't know, like no, it's not cold. Not
yeah.
like I don't know what's water temperatures are, but maybe like 60 degrees. Is that like kind of on the edge? I don't even know. But like I wade out into that and I'm like, oh gosh. And like it's like it takes me forever to actually get in. So I
Yeah.
should start like working on it, but I just freaking hate being cold.
I hate being cold too. I love the way you feel after it though. And I was like,
Really?
fuck, can we just bypass that and go right to like, the inflammation's down, you feel rejuvenated. Fuck, you feel like you're 29 again. Fuck, it's great.
Yeah, I probably should get one and start doing it. I don't know. It just yeah,
Yeah.
I hold on to that one. What people say it like blocks hypertrophy. So I'm like, oh, okay, yep, well, I guess I can't do it.
Yeah. Right after workout, it blocks it. So you like any other time of the day, you're good. But I mean, yeah, if I can roll with that one, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
But I
works.
tell myself that.
So
The
what
other
kind
thing
of
is
shirt?
like when people say they wake up and get in the plunge and then work
Oh,
out to warm up. I'm like, dude, how do you do that? Because like, so you wake up, you go get in the plunge, and then you dry off. It just seems like it would add so much time to my morning, which is already like crushed.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, fuck, man. It's hard. I think it like if the weather was like this year round, it would be a lot easier. But when it's like naturally cold, so
Yeah.
like if I got to get up in the morning at 5 o'clock, go sit in this ice bath for a few minutes, and I'm freezing cold, go do a workout, and then I got to go outside and work for 8 or 9 hours in a freezing ass cold. You know what I mean? It's below zero, and I'm out carrying, and I'm out working in it. It's like fuck. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to get motivated to go do that. It's like, no, I don't really want to do that. Right. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
cold enough all fucking day long. I don't want to go do it. But I do have to admit when it's warm out like this and like after a hot day, I definitely feel like, man, I could just definitely use a cold tub right now. But I don't know. I'm not spending $4,000 or $5,000 on getting a cold tub just to see if I'm actually gonna get into it type of thing. So I
I
gotta
wonder
be
how
more
many of those are sitting in garages
sitting there.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, the same with like all the home gyms from when COVID first hit, all those
Oh, I
people
know.
just taking up people's garages now.
I built my home gym there's this it's so funny. There's this dude. So I live in Boise, which is not small. There's probably like I bet there's like 750,000 people in the valley.
Right.
Like if you count the surrounding areas. And I'm on Facebook Marketplace constantly looking for gym stuff. And
Mhm.
there's just this one dude who just constantly is posting this stuff. So I just like bought all my stuff off of this one random dude, but it's like funny because it's like I just like go on Facebook Marketplace, and if it's gym equipment, I know it was him that posted it. One day I was asking about it, he's like, oh, I have 6 storage units that I rent that are full of gym equipment. And I'm like, dude, what? And he lives in like a duplex. So like I roll up to his house. I'm like, good night, dude. You have like the nicest home gym I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. I love working out at home. Like
Yeah.
I hate working out at the gym. Right now I'm doing a major renovation and like normally I have a lot of like my squat rack and stuff was in the garage,
Uh-huh.
but the garage right now is completely gutted and torn apart because I'm adding on
Okay.
to it. So I do have weights and stuff, but it's just dumbbells and I have like a calf machine and a treadmill down there, like the basics. But so now I started going to the gym twice a week when I'm doing my legs, just for like the leg press machine and the bar for squat recs. And I
Yeah.
hate it. Like it's
Hmm.
tough to go on there and do it. It's just like sit there and you got to wait for the machine, and then somebody's sitting there and they're like 3 minutes in between sets and they're like on their phone. And it's like, fuck, are you here to be on your phone or just work out? Like, can I cut
Yeah.
in with you? And they're like, well, I'm kind of supersetting. It's like, you're not
Yeah.
supersetting. You're fucking on your phone. Like, that doesn't count as the supersetting. I don't think you understand what supersetting is. It's from
It's
going
like a
from,
text of setting and a text of a set of texting and then a set of
yeah, yeah.
plots.
So I text for 2 minutes and then I lift for 30 seconds. Yeah.
Well,
But
dude, everybody's like a power lifter now too. So it's like they're like pulling one rep and then they're like deadlifting like one and then they like sit there for 5 minutes. Like, dude, what
oh
are you
yeah.
doing?
Oh, that and like you can never find a bar because all the females in it seem to be doing butt thrusts with this bar now. Every
Yeah,
single bar is used up because every woman is sitting there doing these butt thrusts with this. Like you never seen that before. Like I used to work out before I had my own space to have a gym, and like you never seen that. That didn't even exist.
that's funny.
But
Yeah, I like going to CrossFit gyms because like I'm like pretty bad at like any of the movements that I do. So it's
mhm.
like nice to have a coach to actually like teach and coach. But yeah, I probably won't like ever go to a commercial gym again because I just think they're horrible unless I'm like traveling.
Yeah, yeah, those CrossFit gyms look cool. I don't know of any where I live, but I'm sure there is a few. But I definitely like CrossFit's one of those things where like looks tough. Like you see the stuff that some of those guys are doing. It's like every day, like Josh Bridges and stuff.
Oh, I
You
know.
see him fucking grinding every day doing that CrossFit stuff, and it's like, I mean, I guess it's no like training's training. So like, I don't know how you train, but I still train pretty like old school conventional style, like just one body part. So like I'll do chest and back, and then like on
Yeah.
one day, and then like shoulders, and then you know what I mean. Then I'll do a run, and then I'll do if it's a run day or leg day, I'll do like run in the morning and then legs in the evening type of style. But I've thought about trying like that push pull stuff, but
Mhm.
I haven't. I don't know. It's uh it's kind of just always I've always done it, and it's always just ingrained in my head. So it's just hard changing, hard teaching the old dog new tricks. I don't know. Have you
Yeah.
tried it?
I like yeah, I kind of trade like CrossFit style right now.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I've been playing around with a bunch of different stuff. I like the CrossFit stuff
Mhm.
just because I feel like the varied movement, like learning to be like functional in a bunch of different
Yeah.
patterns like is like really useful just for life. Um and I don't know, my body just like responds really well, I've noticed. Like I think the best like bodybuilding programming you can get is the RP hypertrophy stuff.
Mhm.
Uh which like I followed his programming for a while and I like it. But even like just from like an aesthetics point, I feel like I notice more just training like the CrossFit stuff because it's like more intensity.
Yeah.
Uh, but right now I'm also like training for another ultra. So like my next ultra is here in like 2 weeks. So once I get done with that, I'm gonna stop running for a while, and then just like my goal like for the next little bit is just gonna be to get strong.
Mhm.
Like my numbers are really bad right now. Like I bench like 275, but I
That's
squat
pretty
like
good.
255.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So I need to like yeah, I need to get I'm gonna dial back the running just so I can focus on getting stronger and then still losing weight. And like I'll like keep doing cardio. Like we're not gonna like neglect the cardio, but it'll probably be like a lot of like concept two bike or like rower, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, the nice thing about like the CrossFit style training is you do get a lot of cardio in with it, right? Because you're like I think you're burning more calories that way when you're doing that stuff. Like I've tried it. It's freaking like the mountain tough stuff. They sent when we had Weston on, he gave us access to their stuff, and like I've gone through a few of their workouts and tried it. Yeah, I mean, they're good, man. They burn for sure. It's a different style of working out, especially from what I'm used to. But So what kind of running you doing right now for your training?
I was just zone two stuff, just
Oh yeah.
like runs. Yeah. So like today it was like 16 miles, just like slow.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even saying how long it took me because it's embarrassingly slow, but
Well, it doesn't matter. You do 16 miles. I mean, you're running 16 miles. You fucking walking 16 miles. Still pretty good. There's a lot of people who can't walk 16 miles. So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's a good distance, man, for sure. So what are you run? How many days a week you're running?
Not as many as I probably should be. Like I'm pretty underprepared going into this ultra. I'm actually like I'm pretty nervous about it. My wife, it's so funny. My wife's like, why, like, do you want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And she's like, what if you just like didn't do it? And I'm like, well, thing is, like, I already put it out there that I'm gonna do it, so I kind of have to. But it's like, so it was funny because all my buddies signed up to run this with me, and then they all like had
They all
reasons why
bailed.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing it by myself, and I should probably be running more, but it's tough because like I'm eating in a caloric deficit every day, and I'm trying to lose weight, and that's like my number one thing is losing weight.
Right.
So like weight loss and then training for an ultra marathon don't really like it's really hard to
Yeah.
have crossover there. But going into this one, I was just like, dude, I will not do what I did for my last one and gain weight. Because it's like way more important for me to get down. I want to get down under 200 pounds and then just kind of see what I'm at like 195, 200. And then just like go kind of check my body composition and maybe hang out right around there. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I'm running like 3, 4 days a week right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just do like 2 runs in the middle of the week, and then I'm doing like a lot of like biking too. Like I'll have a couple days where I bike for an hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Biking's great. Like, well, after my knee surgery, I was hitting the bike hard.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But then I was able to get back into running. Yeah, I don't know. I've always really enjoyed running. It's funny, Pete, the co-host of this show, he is dead set against running.
Really?
Like, if you see Pete running, you better run too, because there's something chasing him that you don't want to be part of. So, but yeah, he's dead set against it. So I always tease him, we got to get him running. But I think once he be fine at it, he just, I don't know. He says, oh, his back and his knees, the same old kind of,
I think
old,
it's really
same old.
funny. Yeah. It's funny, like people like all look at running like they're like so my wife, we signed up to run this like half marathon together in October. And so this is like the first time she's like ever ran. Like she kind of same thing. Like she hates running. And then now that she's like training for it, she's like it'll be funny because like we'll go out on a run and she's like, dude, this like sucks. Like I don't like this. But then at the end of it, she's like, that was so much easier than when I started.
Yeah.
Feels so good when I do it. And it's funny.
That's
Yeah, like you never enjoy it. Like it always freaking sucks, but like you feel good. So you're like, well, maybe this is
Yeah.
good.
And then you do it back to that consistency thing. You do it for a while, you do it for 6 months, and then you're like, holy fuck, I feel really good now. And then sometimes you feel go on a run and it's like you can run and you don't get tired. It's like, what the fuck? Why can't I feel like that every time?
Yeah. Yeah. She ran 2 miles the other day and she was like, dude, it was so easy. Like I could have kept going.
Yeah.
And it was
Awesome.
cool because like when she started, we would go out and we'd like run like a like really slow jog for a minute and then walk for two and then slow jog for a minute, walk for two. And then like even that for 10 minutes, she was like, oh wow, that was kind of hard. And so like I like really easily got her into it and we just build up and then now yeah, she can go run 3 miles and feel fine. So
Yeah.
it's cool to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You definitely feel better. So how's your diet changed from a couple years ago? Like, are you a lot more health conscious now? Obviously, I mean, you look really good, I mean, you don't look like you're too overweight. I mean, obviously, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
you look good. I mean, your face, everything looks like you look like you train. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, so yeah, I'm like pretty like anal about tracking now.
Oh, okay.
Like I just like log everything in my fitness pal. And I just like yeah, I'm pretty on top of that. So that's a big thing because
That's a hard discipline in itself. It's like even like not just like making conscious efforts to eat properly, but like logging it all. Like I can't log all my stuff. I'm so like when it comes to that stuff, I'm just so undisciplined with it. I don't know.
I
I
just
definitely need to improve it.
I feel like it's hard like at first, but then it's like almost like a mental disorder. I feel like I'm just like addicted to it now because like I don't know, I'll just like I will not eat something unless I'm tracking it. Like I was at Texas Roadhouse the other night and I'm like logging everything in my freaking phone before, and the waitress is standing there and she's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm like trying to figure out what I can eat. Hold on." So like I feel like I'm like addicted to it now. But yeah, like at first it's like annoying. And then I've had a few people reach out to me that are like, "Hey dude, what do I do to lose weight?" And a lot of people just like don't know anything about tracking. But I would say if you're whatever your fitness goals are, tracking is just such a powerful tool because I just think, yeah, so like let's say you want to gain weight, you want to put on size. Well, you're not eating enough. Like no one's I think everyone on both sides of it. If you're not losing weight and you think you're doing everything right, you're eating too much. And if you're like not gaining weight and you want to be gaining weight, it's just because you're not eating enough. And I think like putting it there in front of you, like really shows you, oh, okay, I am eating too much or I am not eating enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And eating the right foods too. Like,
Mhm.
like I make sure that I have 1 gram of protein per, I'm about 185 pounds. I make sure that I eat 100 minimum of 185 grams of protein
Yep.
a day. And like you eat an elk steak, it's not hard, some eggs, a couple protein shakes. It's not easy. I mean, it's not hard to get the protein you need. And I find like I don't know what it is, man, but like wild game, I just feel compared to like beef and stuff, like I don't even eat beef anymore. I just eat wild game. I mean, obviously, if we're going to a restaurant or something, I'll have whatever they're serving. Most restaurants don't serve you up a mule deer steak or an elk steak, unfortunately. But I just feel like wild game meat is just such a better protein than
Mhm.
than anything else, especially like elk or moose or something like that. Like I just feel like the protein you get from wild game, it just trumps anything else. There's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Like, I just think it's so much like you know what they're eating. Like, it's way more pure. And like I don't buy into like the like oh you need to eat like grass-fed organic beef stuff. Like, I'm not really into that. But like I just think in general, like when you're eating an elk, even just the fat content, like you're not like just the fat content in elk steak. There's no intermuscular fat. Like
yeah,
you're
none.
you're just eating protein.
Yeah.
So I just think even that like. Yeah, I always feel so much better when I'm eating wild game too.
Yeah. And like even our burgers. So like when we do our grinds, I just grind it up and I don't mix it with anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
that's what we
straight.
do.
Yeah.
Yep,
And it's just like when you like a burger, there's no fat coming off that burger on the barbecue.
yep,
It's not dripping. It's not lighting the barbecue on fire like, fatty beef steak. It's
yep.
just pure protein. And like, fuck, I mean, I just love that stuff. It's fucking can't beat it.
Yeah, that's what we do too. And it's like, so every once in a while we'll make something where we're like, okay, like let's go buy some beef for this. But yeah, we just barely ran out of our last pack of ground elk from an elk I killed a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So we're like this year pressure's on, like I have to kill something. But
Yeah.
we when we were in Texas too, we went out, my wife shot this like it's funny. So like we were buying a bunch of meat in Texas, and I was like, "Hey, well, you don't really know if you like hunting. Let's go buy like a cow hunt because you can buy in Texas. There's like wild cows that you can go hunt.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah.
Like
So we
cattle.
bought. Yeah. Like
Like
let me show you.
that's
Oh
crazy.
my God, bad. Yeah, like cattle. Like so, it's the one that she killed. It was a cross between a Longhorn and a Watusi.
Okay.
So we bought this hunt and like we just went around with this guy all day until we found him and then she shot one. But even cutting that thing up, it was pretty similar to an elk. So it was like super,
Really?
super dark meat. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
super it was like the same color as like elk meat would be, and
Yeah. Yeah.
then like basically no fat because it's not like a
Yeah.
beef cow.
So like a buffalo type of thing. I shot a buffalo last year and it was kind of like that's what you're explaining is kind of what I'm picturing my buffalo is
Yeah,
that I killed.
probably
Yeah.
similar, but like smaller than a buffalo. Like it was like in between like a cow and like an elk size.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, it was like it's been really good, and like we have that, and I mixed all that up. I ground it myself, but I didn't mix anything in with it,
Yeah.
and so it's just super lean. And yeah, I just think even eating that, I just like feel better after a meal. I just feel less heavy
Yeah,
than
for sure. Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't that always got me about like beef burgers and stuff like that and like those big you get those steaks. I always just felt heavy after, like they were really
yeah.
heavy, but you never get doesn't matter what cut you're doing, you
Mhm.
never get that feeling ever.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
man, and you feel like you feel like you just ate its soul. Like you just feel like you're empowered after that. I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I got 5 mouths to feed, so there's definitely more weight on my shoulders. But I think I
Yeah.
killed 2 elk last year, and I think we're out of elk. So
Wow.
we're on our deer selection now. So good thing September's rolling around the corner here pretty quick.
Yeah. I shot this deer last year and he was like, it was a really small buck. It was a little spike. It was
Those
the
are the
first thing
best
I
tasting
shot with
ones.
my bow. Oh, I know. Yeah, it was his first thing I've killed with my bow. So I was like, dude, I'll kill
Fucking
anything.
awesome. Yeah.
But I shot this deer and I brought it home and I made like a couple like of the I put the tenderloins on a on the Traeger and smoked it and stuff. And my wife was eating it. She's never eaten deer before, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best meat I've ever had. I think it's better than elk." And I was like, "No, it was the youngest deer. Like it was the youngest deer ever, and like it was the tenderloin. So don't like let this be your measuring stick for deer." It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, if you're just like, if you're just going for meat, like my cousin, my mentor, like that guy's killed more things than freaking more animals than anything, right? Like
Uh,
he just goes for like he'll go doe hunting or he'll go for the young bucks,
yeah,
or like spike fork moose. That's what he goes for. He's just going for the meat, so that's all he cares about. He doesn't, he's not cared about a rack on a wall or anything like that. He just wants pure taste. And like even like so my son shot like the whitetail, his whitetail he shot last year was just a spiker, right?
uh,
And then I shot, a really good 155
wow, that's
inch
cool.
buck. And you're like, you taste the buck I shot, the bear buck he shot, and you're like, he's
Yeah,
definitely
oh yeah,
tastes a lot better. I mean, there's
yep,
less meat, but man, is it good. Like, so we took
yeah,
some of the meat and we kind of mixed it together. So it's not
okay,
too bad, and I shot mine December, man, was it like the beginning of December too? So it was still like post rut. And I think
yeah,
that buck, I've never seen that buck when he came into my stand, and I think he was still out cruising. He was still out cruising in rut mode. So
yeah, oh yeah,
but he definitely tasted little he was a little harder chewing than the nice young buck. So I mean,
oh I bet.
there's wrong with shooting those, but I find with elk too, like one thing about elk is like even like the mature 6 point bulls. I mean, here in BC you can only shoot 6 point bulls, so it doesn't really make a difference. But
Oh, okay.
I find they don't taste like they taste good. Do you know what I mean? Like they all seem to have that still really good, not too like not too gristly, like old war veteran type bull. They just taste really good compared to like you get an old moose or something like that, and you can like, you definitely can taste it compared to like a younger moose.
That makes sense. Is moose pretty good? I've never eaten it.
Yeah, yeah, I love moose. I mean, we grew up on moose, so moose and like black bear and blacktails. We
Uh-huh.
kind of ate a lot of that. So yeah, I mean, I love moose is really good. Bison, I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to eat bison, but it's delicious.
Just like store-bought bison.
Right. Oh yeah, I don't think it would taste any different. I mean, bison, they're bison. I think like you
Yeah.
can't really even if they're farmed, or I think they're still pretty. You know what I mean? They're such big, powerful animals, and just like how their DNA is, I think they're probably all they're a little different than cattle. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Even
I
the
kind of want to
bulls.
go down to Texas here pretty soon and do a bison hunt. I think it'd be sweet. It's like you can go to Texas for like 2,500 bucks and kill one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck, you're gonna get more than $2,500 in meat.
I know. I
So,
know. Texas is pretty cool because you can hunt anything you want in Texas.
yeah, that's crazy. They have like Europe, like exotics down there too, don't they?
Yeah, but a lot of those, so I was talking to this guy down there and he went to South Africa and he was saying it's like a quarter of the price to go to Africa than it is to go and hunt them in
Oh yeah.
Texas.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because the freeze last year or the freeze a couple years ago like killed off a bunch of stuff, which I think just raised the price of everything.
Oh yeah.
So some of it gets pretty expensive, but every once in a while you can catch sales too.
Oh yeah. 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 That'd be cool. Yeah. I'm when the youngest one gets to be about 11 years old, that's gonna be our trip. We're not going to Disneyland or Disney World. We're going to South Africa to kill shit. So
That's cool.
yeah. So yeah, it'll
That's
be
really
fun.
cool.
But yeah, I know a handful of guys have gone there and they're just like, man, it's unbelievable. Such a cool place to see, such a cool experience, and like the animals down there are just amazing. So yeah, it'd
My
be
wife
fun.
was showing me the influencer the other day that she follows that was over in South Africa on like a safari. And she was like, wouldn't this be so fun? We should do this. And I was like, yeah, I mean, we should do that, but go like kill stuff.
Yeah, man. Like so, like whenever we plan, like my wife's always like, we should go to Mexico, and I'm like, yeah, we can hunt mule deer down in Mexico. They got good mule deer, and she's like, fuck, like, well, we could go to Hawaii. I'm like, well, we could try to go to Hawaii, but we can hunt axis deer there.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck, can we just do something that doesn't involve hunting? I'm like, that's fine. I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going. I'll save my time for hunting season. So if we're gonna go somewhere, it's gonna involve hunting. So
That's
and
like that's perfect though. Like going to Hawaii is like the two birds with one stone. You can
yeah,
go
man.
to Texas and then hang out on the beach all day.
That's what I was telling her. And like Brian was telling me, he said same thing. Like you can go there and relax. Like you don't have to. You can go there, have a good time on the beach, and do other things, and like you can go hunt. Like it's
Mhm.
perfect, right? And hunt
Even
axis
they
deer.
have like the pygmy goats too.
Yeah, and the sheep there too as well.
Hmm.
So it'd be a blast. I don't know. I know some
Yeah.
people have gone to it, and they just said, yeah, it's amazing. The axis deer, they're pretty skittish from what I hear. Probably very similar to the fallow deer. So
That makes
uh,
sense.
yeah, but be cool to do. Cool to do. What
Yeah.
about so do you put in for draws in other states?
Yeah. So
Assuming you do.
this year I'm hunting Oregon. So I drew an elk tag and a deer tag in Oregon. So I'm gonna hunt there, and then I'll probably just over the counter hunt in Idaho.
Oh
But I'll
yeah,
rifle hunt in Idaho. So
nice.
my main goal though, so my wife, this will be like her first time hunting, like anything that's not a cow. So
Yeah,
my main goal is to get my wife something this year
yeah,
in Idaho, but also have a tag. So we'll see how it goes. But
that'd be
yeah,
cool.
my wife's still here this year.
Yeah, there's nothing more fun than taking somebody out and then having them success. Like,
Yep.
I've said it before on the show lots, and like I like when I go hunting, I don't get like that. When you first start hunting and like you see something and you get so excited and so amped up and like you get buck
Yeah.
fever and you're shaking. I don't really get that anymore when I hunt. But when my son is hunting, I get all that, all those experiences, they come back full force. And it's like I'm always like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that,
Yeah.
right? So it's super fun taking him out. Now my daughter, she got her license last year, so this is her first year hunting too. So she's 10, she just turned 11, so I'm
Nice.
looking forward to that. But she said she's not. We're still on the fence about a deer or
Okay.
not. So she said she wants to shoot a bobcat. She knows that, and then she shot a turkey in the spring, so she got her
Oh,
first
nice.
turkey. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, she was so happy she had tears coming out of her eyes. It was just like
Cool.
I was like, my heart just melted. I was like, oh, that's proud dad hunter moment right there.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
daughter's
That's
so
really cool.
sad. Yeah, for sure. It was pretty exciting. So, but no, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, man. Well, that's cool. Super
Yeah,
cool.
I'm stoked yeah, I think it'll be fun. My neighbor too, if I have time, it just kind of depends like what my fall looks like, but I think I'll probably try to get my neighbor some too. My neighbor's this old dude that moved to Idaho from California and he's never killed anything. He's not even that old. He's like 65 or something, but he's like, man, I just need to kill something before I die. It's like his dying wish. So it was funny. I took him out bear hunting a couple times this spring,
Yeah.
and I didn't even have a tag. I was just taking him, and I was like, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. And he's like, well, I don't know if I can walk that far. And I was like, well, so what are we gonna do, dude? We're not gonna kill a bear from the truck. And so there was one time like we went around and there's this like pretty good setup I found. It was like we could glass for quite a ways, and I started blowing on a predator call. And he just like yells, like we were sitting like 15 yards apart, and we both were just glassing this hillside. And he just turns and yells to me, and he's like, "Is that a mating call?" And I was like, "Good night, dude. Just pack your stuff, dude. Let's go back to the truck."
Maybe we should hunt from the truck.
Yeah. Like, dude, the truck will be quieter than you freaking yelling.
Oh man, that's funny. It's funny how some people they're just uneasy with like when you're predator like hunting bears, anything that can potentially like kill you. Not that like an elk can't kill you or a deer, do you know what I mean, or a moose, right? But for some reason, yeah, when they feel like they could be dinner, they're just like they get so freaked out and so paranoid. It's
I know, and it's like funny too, because it's like, dude, you're gonna like my wife would always be like, just make sure you're safe, make sure you're safe. I'm like even when I'm like hunting elk by myself in Oregon, like there's like bears and there's like cougars, but like, dude, how many people get attacked by black bears? Like, I don't know, like, or how many people die from black bear attack? If I was
yeah.
like in a grizzly place, like, yeah, then it's like, okay, like, let's be cautious and but yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you're right though. People do get all weird about it. It's like, dude, I'm carrying a 10 millimeter with 15 rounds. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, that's definitely nice that you guys can do that. I know like here in BC, like I had quite a few run-ins with grizzly bears, a few charges, and like I've
Oh,
had a
really?
few charges of like black bears as well. But I mean, it's obviously a little different when a 700-pound bear is running at you compared to like a 300-pound bear. Not that a 300-pound bear is not going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so really, it's really not going to make any difference because, like, if a 300-pound black bear wanted to kill you, if you didn't have a weapon, it's, I mean, chances are he's going to fuck you up pretty good. So
There was actually a long while where I was like 100% I believe that if me and a black bear stepped in a cage, I was walking out. And, and then one of my buddies was like, dude, think about a 140-pound German Shepherd. And I was like, oh, dude, I would never go against a German Shepherd. The thing would wreck me. And he's like, dude, a black bear, double the size of the freaking German Shepherd. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, you're right.
yeah, and they carry away deer in their mouth.
Yeah, yeah. My buddy, I have a buddy that he argued like if I called him right now, he would argue to the death that he could beat a cougar in a one-on-one, like a full-grown tom.
Yeah. That'd be impressive. Like maybe fight it off scared enough to like it would
Yeah.
back off. But
To
like
not kill you.
yeah. But like, yeah, man, like you think of like a house cat.
Yeah.
Like a house cat fucking gets a hold of your arm and it wants to, it tears it to pieces. Now imagine that 140 pounds.
Yep.
Like
I have a 12-pound poodle. Like he's a really small dog. And if he has something that he doesn't want you to have, he'll bite you to not get him. Or if he's like in his spot and you go touch him, he just bites you. And I remember one day he bit me and it broke skin on my hand. And I was like, good night, that hurt. I was like, he's 12 pounds.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. So
have you seen that thing that's like floating around? They're like, what's if it was just you and the animal, what's the only animal you could beat in a fight one-on-one? And everyone was saying house cat because I think that's about the size that you could take. I think anything over that would just kill you.
Yeah, man. Those animals, you think of like look at the shit they go through. Like look what they have to live through all winter and like how tough they are. And like humans, one night in the cold, we die. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have the proper stuff, survival stuff to make it overnight, you're gonna be dead. You're gonna freeze to death. That's it. Like a fucking monkey would last longer than you would.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have anything to fight with either, too. Like if we didn't, even if like think about like fighting something naked, like animals just walk around naked. If you were naked, you wouldn't fight anything, dude. You'd be trying to protect.
I've never thought of that, but yeah, that's a good point, man. Like, yeah, like you're gonna be covering your schlong. That's about all you're gonna be doing. You're not gonna yeah. No, they're gonna mess you up. I got charged by a deer once, man, and fucking just missed me. Man.
Really?
Like, yeah, it ripped my shirt. My cousin was like,
wow.
My cousin was there watching the whole thing. He's like, what in the fuck were you doing? Man, I shot this deer with my bow. And I shot it low. And like, so we let it go overnight. And like, we walked around the other ridge and we were glassing it over. And it looked like it was pretty much dead from like, it was just laying down. And it was like, once in a while, you might see like the leg move a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like it was dead. Like, I thought it was dead. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go around the ridge here. And then if you go down below, and then I'll hike up the steep part, and then I'll just carry it down below, and then we can just drag it out, right?
Yeah.
Well, I get up to this fucking deer, and I'm like a few feet from the deer, and turns around and looks at me. And I was like, oh, fuck. And it gets up and just runs straight at me. And my cousin's down below me watching this whole fucking thing. And he ran right at me, straight at me. And I was like, holy fuck. And like, just missed me. And we ended up getting it. It ran down the thing. I was like, and then so we team back up and like, we've got to come up with another plan. So I go back and get my bow. I didn't have my bow with me.
Wow.
I thought it was dead. Yeah, the stupidest fucking thing ever. Not to mention, like, anything could be in there. There could be a bear moving in to go kill it or anything. Like, just the dumbest shit I've ever done. And yeah, and this fucking thing's alive. And so we ended up getting it later. I got an arrow and it ended up dying. But I was like, holy fuck, man. And like, but I honestly thought it was dead. I thought it was just laying there, like on its side, just completely fucking dead. Like,
that's crazy.
Not completely dead, because I thought it was like on its last, you know what I mean? Like when it's like you shoot something and then it's on its last life, you can walk up to it and it's like, it's still kicking. Yeah. That's what I thought shape the deer was in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it fooled me.
That's crazy. So when so in Canada, can you not like own a pistol?
No, not anymore.
So did people that had them like what? Like
no, you can still. So if you had them, you can still. So let me correct myself. So if you had them, you could still have them. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you can't buy them anymore. And I don't even know about discharging them. I'm pretty sure. Like I don't even know completely, to be honest, how exactly it works now. Like there was a whole bunch of rules, law that got put into place, and then some got retracted, and then they kind of added to it. So from my understanding is, yeah, like you can't buy pistols no more. So like Cabela's and all this stuff, they had a flash flood of sales.
Oh, I bet. I bet that was a heck of a time
Like,
to buy guns.
yeah. Yeah. But you know what's surprising? I don't really understand this. So like they said the reason for the handgun ban is to stop crime. But like I guess nobody told all the criminals because they still have handguns. It's just still shootings and stuff.
Are there
Like,
criminals in Canada?
oh
Maybe in Toronto.
yeah. Well,
Calgary,
there's
for how big it was, that's the cleanest city I've ever been to.
Calgary. Yeah, Calgary's
Its
beautiful.
size. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 million people. I think there's around 1 million like Calgary and surrounding area. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Calgary's really nice. But you go like over to Vancouver, which is
Yeah.
like BC's, the majority of British Columbia's population lives in like the Vancouver area.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some pretty gnarly stuff that goes on down there. So,
Oh, really?
but
this
surprisingly enough, I was on a bear hunt went to Manitoba for a bear hunt. I went to Regina. That place is crazy. Just like 250,000 people live there, and there is like an insane amount of crime there.
Really?
Yeah, I went with a buddy, and like I went on a ride along. He's a police officer. I went on a ride along with him, and then like 6 minutes, 10 minutes into this ride along, we go dead body.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, there's like homicides there all the time. They get called to, and like, it's crazy. Yeah. So he never, yeah. And it's like relatively the same size as Kelowna where I live. And I mean, if there's a shooting here in Kelowna, like we're still hearing about the last shooting, which was like 5 years ago. But there it's like a random, like it's a everyday occurrence out there. So crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, I would think that Canada would be too cold for people to be committing crime.
Everybody's staying
so
indoors.
Nice. You guys are all
Yeah.
so nice up there.
Is that right? Man, I don't know. Like, maybe it's just that I live here, but lately it's like, I don't know. Seems like Canadians are definitely a lot more grumpy than they used to be. Maybe it's because, who like our prime minister. I'm gonna blame it on him. Fuck him.
Yeah. That's like your guys' reputation down here in the States that you're all so nice. You apologize for everything.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry for that.
It's so funny. We were at Lululemon buying some pants because in Canada, Lululemon's way cheaper than America.
Really?
Yeah, because your dollar's worth like whatever, like
Oh yeah. Like
but
yeah.
Lululemon, it's like the same price. So my wife was like wanting to buy some pants, so we were buying stuff there. And we went over and we were checking out, and the chick that was checking us out was like just talking to us all normal. And then she was like, "Where are you guys from?" And we were like, "Oh, we're from Idaho." And she was like, "Oh yeah, is that right?" And then like turned on an accent, and I was like, "Dude, what the heck? Where did that come from? You didn't have an accent like 2 seconds ago."
Something expected of Canadians. Yeah, need the accent. She said you guys, yeah. Yeah, she probably offered you a Tim Hortons coffee or something like that.
When we went to Tim Hortons, I got the bits or whatever.
Oh, the Timbits.
Timbits, yeah.
My kids love those.
I like their breakfast. I didn't like the Timbits that much, but I like their breakfast a lot.
Yeah, I don't normally go to Tim Hortons too much, but I mean that's I guess that's equivalent to what, like Dunkin' Donuts down there for you guys would be about the same.
Yeah. Let's see, what else did we do? And we ate I ate poutine for the first time.
That's Canadian, yeah.
I didn't think I thought it was fine. I was like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Your A&W is like 1,000,000 times better than ours.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought I went to an A&W and it blew me away, like how good it was. Because A&W like sucks. But it was like fresh, like it was like good quality. I was like, it blew my mind.
Oh, well, that's good. Bonus.
Oh, what are the chips? The everything chips or whatever?
All dressed?
Yeah. All dressed. Yeah,
My wife's favorite. Yeah.
Those are fun.
You guys don't have those down there? All dressed trips?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Shit, man. Crazy.
I'm trying to think of what else we had up there. There were a couple. Oh, the one thing that we had that was probably one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. We went to Moxie's? Is that all over the place? Okay.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
We went to Moxie's and got it was like this like dessert thing. I don't even remember, like a blondie or something.
Right.
and it was like the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah, Moxie's is a good spot. I spent many paychecks in Moxie's, just sitting there
Okay.
drinking all night. Yeah, yeah, it's a good place. Yeah, they're usually all over.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, I got to get my shit organized and then so I can get down there because I know like I've been invited to a few hunts down there and I'm always just like, man, I can't do it. I don't know. Like I hate to spend all this money and then get turned around at the border.
Hmm. Yeah, you
So,
should. You should. I mean, there's so many opportunities. Oh, I don't know. I'm like really biased because like I think our stuff is cooler just because it's America. But I don't know.
well, it is like especially when it comes to archery, like you guys have so much better selection. Like for to get anything up here for like anything good for archery, it costs a fortune. Not
Oh,
to
really?
mention because like our dollar's like 25 cents compared to your guys's. So it's it's very, yeah, but it's just hard to get anything like the
Mm.
Matthews bows, the Matthews list, for an instance. Like they would only be available for in one color if you needed it. Like you had to special order any other color than ambush green. It was
Oh,
crazy. And then
yeah.
you couldn't even get those. I know guys that are just getting the bows now and they ordered them like in February.
Hmm. That
It's crazy.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, the cool thing down here too is like, so people are complaining right now a bunch, like you probably like the hunt quietly guys and whatever. Like it's a big movement where people are like, oh, there's too many people out hunting. Like there's too many people at the trailheads. You can pull up to a packed trailhead and there's like 5 cars there, but like there's just so much space and there's so much opportunity that I mean, yeah, you can bounce, or you can still hunt that spot and probably never see anybody, or like you can go to a different unit. Like I don't know. I feel like we're really spoiled where you can just pop over to a different state or
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can if you're planning out like where you're gonna hunt, like there's just so much opportunity.
Yeah, and see, like it's a little different up here because like you can't just go to like Alberta and hunt elk. I have to be hosted. And same thing if like my brother or somebody wants to come here, I have to host them. But I mean,
Oh,
like we have tons of room, right? Like we
yeah.
have like I think there's more hunters in Pennsylvania than there is in all Canada. And
Wow.
Canada's got a lot of bush to cover, right?
Mhm.
So but yeah, it's definitely different. You definitely can't do the same thing. Like, but I even know like I got buddies like Jay and that they go down to the States all the time and they're putting in for draws down there all the time. Montana. I think he just actually drew a Montana mule deer tag. Maybe it
Oh,
was a
that's cool.
Colorado mule deer tag. I can't remember, but yeah, so but yeah, no, I definitely got to get my shit together. It'd be cool to go down and check it out. Plus, I mean, yeah, the weather's definitely nicer down there in the summertime, in the wintertime than it is here in the winter. So
Oh, yeah.
for a guy who hates the cold, living in Canada, but like I shouldn't complain too much. We don't get a lot of snow where I live, so I kind of moved out of that area, so we're not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
We live in Boise, and Boise, I mean the snow here is like not bad at all. It's like really, really, really mild winters, but it's still like not our favorite. We're probably gonna end up snowbirding. We'll probably live in Texas and then spend the summers up north.
Yeah, Texas is cool. I feel like if I was gonna move to any place in the US, I'd move to Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, Texas is super sick.
Yeah. It just seems like just everything about it seems pretty cool down there. I don't know.
It
It's just
is.
yeah. Yeah, I'd love to go there one day. But well,
And
man,
you can hunt anything you want down there.
yeah, that's a cool thing. Yeah, anything. Yeah, it'd be
I
super cool to
got
check out.
when I first moved down there, I wanted to do the pig hunting thing,
Yeah.
and I got completely scammed. I saw this. There's like this billboard, and it said pig hunts 149, unlimited pigs for 3 hours, and I was like, dude, that's a killer deal. So I paid the 149 bucks, and I went in there and I shot 3 pigs, and then I was like, I don't really want to keep shooting pigs. Like I'll be done. And they took my pigs and hung them and weighed them and charged me $1 a pound to leave.
Oh, there's a
It
little
was,
disclaimer. Yeah,
yep,
bastards.
yep. So I got out of there for like $1,000. And then I have all this wild pig meat, and I don't care what anyone says, this stuff tastes like shit. Like it's
Oh,
bad. I tried
that's
everything.
good to know.
I
My
tried
buddy
soaking
is always bugging me to
milk.
go pig hunting.
Oh, it's so bad. There's so many people that are like, oh, it's so good. You just don't have to cook it right. Dude, like I did everything. I soaked it in milk. I tried smoking it. I like soaked it in milk and then put it in the Dutch oven and cooked it for like 12 hours. It was super tender. Still sucked. Like everything was bad. I looked up Jesse Griffiths. Do you know who that is?
No.
He's been on Meat Eater a couple times, but I
Oh,
looked
okay.
up, he has like a bunch of like wild hog recipes, and I
Yep.
follow perfectly. Nothing.
Did you?
It still
What'd you
sucks.
do with? Do you get to keep everything else, like the hide and the skull and everything?
No.
No.
They kept all of that. All they did
Oh
was
yeah.
quarter it and put it in my cooler, and then
Oh,
told me my
nice.
price. And left.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I seen a couple guys get those. My buddy, he wants to get a shoulder mount, like a hog shoulder mount. I was like, are
Oh,
you fucking kidding me?
really?
I seen a few of those, and I'm like, man, those are fucking ugly. Like, I love shoulder mounts. I got a lot of shoulder mounts in my house, but a pig, I'm like, I don't think I'd hang a pig shoulder mount on my wall. I don't know. Pretty
That's
ugly
weird.
looking.
That's
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Well, dude, it's been awesome chatting with you. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Fuck, we've been chatting for, man, damn near an hour and a half, and it seemed like 10 minutes.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate you reaching out. I like following you on Instagram too, dude. You get after it.
Yeah, I try to. It's just all part of my process. Like we talked earlier, right? It's just, it's all for hunting, right? I mean, hunting's my passion. I love hunting. I love bow hunting. So,
Yeah.
I do whatever I can. And I'm not a very good elk hunter, so I have to be in the best shape I can, just so
Yeah.
I can. My theory is that, I'm going to outlast an elk, which will obviously never happen, but it's working so far, so I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for reaching out and having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Quickly, where can people follow you along on Instagram? And are you on Facebook? I don't go on Facebook, so I'm not really too sure.
I don't do anything I just use my Facebook to look at Marketplace. I don't that's all I do.
Same with me.
Yeah, but Nate Illingsworth on Instagram. Yeah, that's just where I'm at. I have like a dead YouTube account that I don't use.
Okay.
But I'll
put that all in the show notes too. But yeah, you got to check out Nate's stuff. He's got a lot of funny shit on there, and he's inspiring too. You see him every day. He's getting after it. So make sure you guys find and follow him on Instagram. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you later.
Thanks, man. Appreciate your time.
Gear up for the hunt and learn from the best with Deer and Deer Hunting Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on Waypoint TV. Tune in every week for expert hunting tips and unforgettable moments in the field. Waypoint TV, your destination for outdoor entertainment.
A life that has the stories to back it. A life to be proud of. It's a Winchester life.
Yeah, baby. 6'8" Western. Oh, mule deer, baby, right there.
Tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Waypoint TV.